help to grow good bacteria. Well, the latest study that I think is a jaw dropper was published in Nature Medicine. It was done by the MD Anderson Cancer Center, one of the top cancer centers in the world. Jim Allison, who's actually one of the researchers,
About the
won the
immunotherapy.
Nobel Prize for his work in immunotherapy.
Yeah.
That group is studying the immune system, the microbiome, what you eat, and cancer. Like it's sort of like the holy quadrinity of what we want to actually start to do in cancer research. So here's what they found. They took 200 patients who had malignant melanoma, a deadly form of skin cancer.
Yeah.
And these patients were getting immunotherapy, a kind of infused immunotherapy that actually works. When it works great. The problem, only about 20% of people respond to this type of immunotherapy. So they wanted to find out what the difference between responders and non-responders were. And this is starting to be the pattern of the kind of research done in this field. They found that responders who benefited from an immune therapy that jack up your own immune system to go after the cancer, and therefore you do better. The cancer starts to go away and you live. Had one bacteria that the ones who didn't respond didn't have. And that bacteria is Ruminococcus. Oh. Now, on a past podcast, I talked about Akkermansia. Well, Ruminococcus is starting to pop up as another significant player in the microbiome space. Now, I started to take note of Ruminococcus about a year and a half ago during the pandemic. People were studying, why did some people have more antiviral cytokines in their bloodstream if they weren't getting COVID? And it turned out that those people had more Ruminococcus in their stool as well.
Wow! So
here you
not
have
only cancer, but also COVID.
Yeah, and so what was interesting is that in the study in China that found this during early days of COVID, also asked what were these people eating, and in China the study for the COVID study showed that the people with more Ruminococcus and more interferon gamma, the natural virus killer, they were drinking more green and black tea, not just green tea but black tea, and they were having more omega-3 fatty acids, both from plant-based foods as well as seafood. Now, flip back over to the
basically
cancer.
Japanese food with sushi and green tea is a good thing.
Exactly. That's the carryout. The cancer study is much more sober because now we're talking about a different kind of life or death. And the surprise with this Ruminococcus bacteria, now what they did is they actually asked the people what they were eating. And because the microbiome, of course, is strongly influenced by the food weed. Turns out that these people were eating many different, mostly plant-based foods with tons of dietary fiber if they were getting Ruminococcus